It is 6:30. I'll call this meeting of the St. Mary City Council to order. Roll call, please.
Buck,
Here.
Lund,
Here.
Christman,
Here.
Children. Here. Fitzgerald,
Here.
Gillenay,
Here.
Aquera,
Here.
All rise. Please join Pastor Steve in a brief prayer.
Dear Lord, I'd like to pray over each of these council members, Lord, and just pray a blessing over this evening as they discuss the business of the city, Lord. I want to also pray for their families as they bear the burden too of having a loved one on council. Lord, and also with this extreme heat, I just want to pray for safety for all the city workers, the police department, and the fire department as they're out doing their job in this heat, Lord. Please bless us tonight. Watch over each and every one of those, and we ask all this in your great and glorious name. Amen.
Please join me in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All received a copy of the minutes of the last meeting. Are there any questions or comments from council? If not, may I have a motion to accept, please? Mr. Buck, Mr. Crispin, I'll vote to accept, please. All yes, thank you. Under petitions communications, we have an alley vacate. Dear Mr. Harris, undersigned adjacent property owners hereby request the vacation of the following described alley by the city of St. Mary's, being all that portion of existing 16.5 foot wide north-south alley being bounded on the east by lots 10, 11, and 12 in the east addition, block 17 in the city of St. Mary's, and being bounded on the west by lots 1 and part of 2 in the east addition, block 17 in the city of St. Mary's. This alley lies between Harris Street and Vine Street and Canal Street and the railroad. Any questions for council? If not, we have a motion to send this on the plan. Mr. Bob, Mr. Lunds, council vote to send this to. Oh, yes, thank you. Is there anyone from the audience wishing to address council? This is your opportunity. Okay. Under reports of city officials, we have the auditor's report.
Mr. Harris, I have nothing to add to the auditor's report. He was unable to be here tonight.
Okay. Any questions or comments for council? Next, we have the treasurer's report.
Say, Mr. Harris, I'm unaware of any changes in her report.
Any questions or comments from council? Next, we have the director of public service and safety report.
Mr. Harris, just a couple things to add, if I could, please. I met with the pool manager earlier this afternoon. Obviously, the pool is very busy. She indicated that they had just under 500 pass to the gate on Saturday and just a little over 500 pass to the gate on Sunday. We've had a little bit of a snafu with the software, which allows us to process a credit card payment. So we are working through those right now with the IT department, so we're taking cash or check to get through it. But we'll hopefully get through this pretty quickly. With the heat that we've had this week that's forecasted, we've allowed our utility workers through their supervisors to adjust their hours. So you may see them out a little earlier. They're coming in like at 6 and working. We obviously encourage them to give them more breaks and make sure everyone stays hydrated so we don't have any issues with any type of heat stroke or heat exhaustion this week. So other than that, I'll be glad to answer any questions that anyone might have.
Any questions or comments from
Yes,
council?
Yes, I saw we have 2 resignations from solid waste. How is that putting us on our solid waste staffing?
It's not as bad as it sounds. At the same time, we had a CDL class just finish up and we were able to bring one back. We still are helping, general services is still backfilling, but now we have an additional driver. We have interviewed and we'll be hiring another solid waste worker probably early next week. So although we didn't anticipate those resignations, we've adjusted to it well.
And then under general services, item number 10, with the order of the truck, where do we stand on that? Do we have like an estimate on the time frame or what they're thinking?
Well, we actually have a new truck that for the automated truck that obviously the one was crashed. We worked very closely with our vendor, George Luce, with Best Equipment. He was able to locate one for us in Indianapolis. I believe they went up on a Friday, brought it back. Mechanics checked it in, went over everything. We put it into service last week. It seems to be doing well for us. One of the CL drivers was who's driving that now. It's a cab over type truck, which means that the cab sits right over the axle, which actually is more beneficial than the call sacks. It's easier to maneuver. So that's been working out real well. The other truck was a total loss. We are kind of in negotiations with our insurance broker. We've asked them to sharpen their pencil a little bit. We weren't happy with what they were willing to give us. We want to make sure that it's an apples to apples comparison. We're not totally convinced they realized that this was an automated side loader type truck. And so we're working through that process, but we do have a plan either way. We should be in good shape.
I was very pleasantly surprised. I think you and your team need an attaboy for digging one up so quickly.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, John Maker and Corey Nettleman did a nice job getting it done. Again, that goes back to maintaining good relationships with our vendors. They enjoy working with the city. We, are easy to work with, and he went out of his way to find this truck for us. So,
Yeah, it kind of surprised me that Monday.
yeah.
Greg, was the cost of the new truck close to the cost of the old truck?
No, the new truck was significantly more.
Was it?
Yeah, a lot of it could be because of the design, as a newer year, of course, and I think just the cost of everything has gone up. So that's one of the reasons we are pushing back with the adjuster's amount on this. And again, if it's a true comparison, we're okay with it and we'll accept it. But we want to make sure that they understand that although the truck was a certain year, because we bought it because it was on a good deal for us, but if you'll remember, it sat for a while before we implemented this new system. So it had, I think, 9,000 miles on it, but it didn't have that many hours. And a lot of these trucks are gauged more by their hour meter than they are on the miles. So we want to make sure they understand.
Good job, John.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, under development number 8, file paperwork as it relates to the demo project, is that the municipal building?
I would believe that's the old municipal building, yes.
I did have somebody ask me what the time frame was for that project, if we knew when we were demoing it.
It'll probably be winter work,
Okay.
so I'd say during the winter, obviously, so.
And that's better for us because it'll do the least amount of damage to the park. If the ground is frozen, then we don't rut it up as badly. So.
Any plans for that site? I know it's all early,
We've looked at a couple different designs that we've shared with some of the folks internally. As you know, there's no restrooms in Memorial Park. One of the designs has restrooms, a restroom facility. It's kind of I'm at a loss for the word.
It's a plaza.
A plaza, thank you, yes, it's a plaza area. Obviously, it goes over Memorial Park, so it would have a military theme to it. And it would have a covered area for picnic tables, so right now you're just out in the open except for the gazebo. So we've looked at a few of them. We would try to maintain the facade of our current building, just to honor that historic value there. But right now, those are all kind of put on hold because there's no funding for it. The first plan would be to get it down, make it safe, and then try to get the funding to do this. But yeah, it would be a plaza area with some seating. It would honor the military veterans because it is Memorial Park, a restroom facility, and a covered area for picnic tables.
thank you.
Yes, sir.
Under water plan, can you talk about number 6, about the letter that was submitted to the EPA?
For water. Not in a lot of detail, but I can research a little bit more. There's so many letters that are back and forth with the EPA. Anytime there's a minor violation, they send us a notice of violation. It's usually not something that significant. We fix it. It could be something as simple as something wasn't painted that should have been painted.
Oh, so they did an audit? Did they come in and walk
Yeah,
through?
all the time.
Okay.
We get audited all the time, especially the landfill.
All right.
And anytime there's the landfill, for instance, there could be a notice of violation for something as simple as there needs to be mowing done or weed whipping done around the monitoring wells. So we do it, we take pictures of it, we send it in, they send us a letter of compliance, which is usually 5 or 6 or 7 pages long, and that's the EP.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments from council?
We've been running, unit 7 this week.
We ran it last week, and we are scheduled to run this week, so yeah, we should be peak shaving. Yes.
It's running fine.
As far as I know, it's running fine, yes.
Any other questions or comments from council? If not, moving on, we have no reports of committees of city council. We have no ordinances or resolutions to consider tonight. Taking this night's business in closing, we have a request to go into executive session regarding personnel. Will there be any action?
No, sir.
May I have a motion to go into executive?
Mr. Harris, I would like to comment on the Fort Harvey. We now have a signed option agreement with the Community Improvement Corporation and the partnership for $100. And so we are marketing that building to pay off all the liens, which would be a minimum price of $350,000. And I have delivered packages to most of the area realtors outlining what's going on there, giving them some facts. We've showed the building several times, and there is some interest. But I would just throw it out there, I want to make sure publicly, if a realtor or whatever didn't get a package, they are available at my office. I distribute them to most of the realtors who have offices, but we're basically open to receive bids on that. Legally now, we can transfer title. We have an agreement among the lien holders. And we also, I met with the Ohio Housing Finance Authority last week, and they are willing to release certain covenants on the building that might impact a potential buyer, remaining just a few for the current tenants. So that was a nice development there. And so I just want to make sure that's reported to the community.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments from council?
Mr. Harris, I just had a thought on the old municipal building. I will forward to council members the rendering that we have, or kind of some thoughts we have about what this will look like, so you can take a look at it. Now, this was done by a gentleman who kind of does things on steroids, so it's really a lot bigger than what we think it's going to be. The way it's designed right now would be very costly, and so we will scale it back. Although he did a very nice job with it, it's not going to be that big, so we'll scale it back, and so we can afford to do it. So I'll send it out to you.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions, comments from council? If not, may I have a motion to go into executive session? Ms. Childry, Mr. Aquaro, council about to go into executive council. All yeses, thank you.
But it's not recorded.
We have returned from executive session. Is there anything else coming before council? Mr. Bob?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn by Mr. Bob, second by Mr. Aquaro. Council vote to adjourn, please. All yeses, thank you.